Good afternoon, everybody. This is Olga St. Pierre, and I am a local real estate agent right in our community with Sherwin Williams Real Estate. Thank you so much for joining me on this absolutely gorgeous mid-morning. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that as we're going through our workshop today, feel free to unmute yourself if you have questions. And if you want to wait until the end, we will do a Q&A session as well to make sure that if you have any questions that maybe I did not cover them, then I'll be sure to do that. So the copy of today's presentation, everything that you see on your screen, we will email to you after the weekend. And if you would like to get a recording as well, what we're encouraging you to do is subscribe to our lifestyle channel, where you can get this recording as well as copies of the previous recordings. And we'll put that up in our chat box so that way you can do that after the workshop today. So the goal for today is to talk about top renovation projects, best values, and things that you can do on the budget, okay? Just a little bit about me. I have been in the industry in our community for almost 11 years. And my goal is truly to be a resource to you, your friends, your coworkers, as homeowners, helping you buy and sell. If you need to move out of state, we have an awesome relocation program. If you are in US and Canada, we are happy to help you with your move. Also, consider us your concierge service. If you need recommendations for contractors, for attorneys, for someone to help you organize, pack, move your things, anything and everything basically that you're going to find in Yellow Pages, we have it. So we encourage you to contact us and reach out to us, as we are always here to help you. All right, so why are we talking about this? The goal really for today's workshop is to help you understand that what you see on HGTV, what you see on TLC is not that unattainable. I understand that when you look at things online and you love seeing those ideas and you think that those updates and upgrades may be costly because that's what the TV is showing you, or maybe if you're reading these things in the magazines and you're wondering, really $300 for a chair or a pillow? I get it. I totally understand. So I wanted to kind of bring this down and make it more on our community level here and also make it local. So I want to share with you some budget-friendly tips and tricks on updating what is going to bring you the most amount of money back on your investment in your home, and inexpensive tips and tricks as well, and where you are able to get these items, where you're able to buy these things here locally. Okay, so we'll share actual before and afters. We'll talk about current trends for 2020 on just about everything. So really, this is the goal and kind of an overview of what we're going to talk about today. So let's dive in. Why is it important to be in the loop? Because eventually all of us are going to move. And frankly, I hope you agree with me, the things that I personally liked when I moved into my own home back in 2005 are not the same things that I like today, right? It's been now, 14 years that I've been in my home, and my tastes have changed. My kids are, growing up, and there's things that I may want to change, right? Based with the trends, based on how my own personal perspectives and my own personal interests have changed as well. So, and it's always nice to know, not only on the national level, what are the trends and the things that are in, but also what the buyers and what in our community is saying. What are the trends and what are the things that are in right here, in our Bucks County, in Philly, in, across the border in New Jersey, okay? And also, what I hear all the time is my clients come to me and they say, hey, Olga, we are contemplating a move sometime next year. So we want to start on doing some updates, some upgrades that will help us get the top dollar for our home. And this is great. However, today, what I want to encourage you to do is to do these updates and upgrades, not for someone else because you are planning a move, which is important, but also consider doing these things for you, right? So that way you get to enjoy your home and you get to truly enjoy the updates that you always wanted to make, but just never got to, all right? So that is the goal for today. Just about every photo that I am sharing with you today is of local homes that I have either visited or that I saw for sale online. So it's all very much hyper-focused on what we have here in our community. Okay. Important in terms of remodeling payback. I get this question all the time. Well, Olga, if I was to finish my basement, or if I wanted to add a pool or do something else, am I going to be able to get that money back when the house is appraised or when I sell my home? Okay, so and it's important to understand when you are embarking on whether it's minor updates or major updates on how much money are you going to get back. So today's purpose of today's workshop is to help you do it on the budget and do small things, right? We're not completely overhauling kitchens and bathrooms. We're not adding decks. Okay, so here are some of the top best returns on your investments when you put them in your home. Okay, from top to bottom, we're looking at some manufactured stone, entry door replacements, minor kitchen remodel, siding, and so forth. So I wanted you to have that. Unfortunately, there is no statistics like this that exists for our community. So this is the closest that I found that makes sense, number one. And number two, in terms of what I have seen in my experience in being in the industry for over 10 years right here in our community. So our focus today is going to be on some outdoor things, minor remodels, and also necessary repairs if needed on a budget. All right, let's dive in. Number one, as you hear all the time, is paint. Absolutely 100% is the least expensive way for you to make updates, to dress up your home, to change things, to update to new colors that you may be looking for. So what I am focusing on after speaking with the painters that I have worked over the years with is the quality of paint, where you can buy it, and what are the colors, right? So the painters that I work with, most of them do choose to work with Benjamin Moore, which is higher priced brand, very good coverage, very good quality, as well as Sherwin Williams. So the colors that I'm sharing with you today have been on top of the list for the last few years because I closely follow the trends on that to make sure that when I give advice to you, my clients, that I am staying consistent. And these colors never and rarely change. So what we're focusing on when we are talking about updating is neutrals, neutral grays, neutral beiges, and neutral whites. So these are the recommendations that I make for you today. Now, if Benjamin Moore and Sherwin Williams colors are not in your budget, that's okay. What you can do is take the colors that you really like in these two lines, take them back to Home Depot and Lowe's, tell them what the name of the color is, and they will match it for you to Behr, which is at Home Depot, or to Valspar, which is at Lowe's. So this is great because they're used to doing that, okay? So I have some photos here for you of some of the neutral colors on how you can dress up the rooms and how you can make them brighter. One of the best things visually that you can do is if you have a small room and it's painted a dark color, visually to make it larger is to repaint it in a lighter color. That is the best thing you can do. And it's, can be deceiving because you're really not changing the square footage of your home. However, I guarantee you when you do that, your room will look larger. Here at the top, Sherwin Williams neutrals and whites for you to kind of get an idea, right? If your home has wood paneling, like wood trim that is, dark brown or light brown, you may want to stick with whites or beiges. If your trim is white, you can go in either of the direction, either neutrals, whites, or grays. So here are some suggestions on the colors, right? Very, very pale. And if this is not your taste, if you're looking for some pop of color, you can absolutely do accent walls. This is really what's in right now. So for example, on the top left picture where the fireplace is, and I'll actually show you what it looks like in a minute, you can paint that color in, something more dramatic, like maybe turquoise or navy or, something else to make that room pop. The same thing in the bedroom. I see a lot of the times people making the accent walls where your headboard goes, right? That one wall is going to be your accent in the room and it looks fantastic. So 2020 color palette trends, I wanted to share this with you because it's a lot of the times all over the place. There's really no consistency, but these are the colors that Sherwin Williams and Benjamin Moore recommend as trends for 2020. I encourage you to use some of the brighter colors as your accent walls, or maybe use them for your outside, for your shutters, for your front doors, and I'll definitely cover that as well in a sec. Okay. How are we going to try these colors? So some great ideas for you. Number one, of course, you can get some, sample containers. Benjamin Moore has it, Home Depot, Lowe's, Sherwin Williams have them. They're all different sizes, right? That means you're actually walking around with a little container and a brush and you're painting them, okay? One thing is, learn from my mistakes, is you need to try all the colors that you are thinking about in every single room of your home, because it makes a difference on whether you have light or it's dreary outside or when it's dusk, to see what each color looks like. And believe me, it makes a huge difference. Other options, you can do color swatches. And what those are is, think of them as Post-it notes where you can put it on the wall and then you can see the colors, maybe take a picture, and then you can peel it right off and then put it on another wall. So if you don't want to mess around with actually painting on your walls, this is another way of opportunity to try and check what the color looks like. A couple of other websites, samplies.com, they will actually fresh paint 12 by 12 samples for you, and they will mail them to you. And they do follow the top trends for Benjamin Moore and Sherwin Williams, and they also have some other brands that they use. Something local, Home Depot, Ace Hardware has, it's called Sure Swatch. Same thing, just different size, 9 by 12 swatches. Ask Val is a service from Valspar paint line from Lowe's, where if you see something that you really like online, or Pinterest is a great way to get some ideas, you can actually forward them your ideas and they will match those ideas to the colors that they have in their line, which I think is amazing. All right, here's some ideas for you. Remember I told you about the accent wall for the fireplace? Well, here it is. This is a local house. That house, I swear, was the family that lived there had such amazing taste, and they updated and upgraded everything. What I love about this photo was that the accent wall is done in the darker blue. It's not quite navy. However, what you see is actually paneling. Right? So if you have paneling and it's dark brown or light brown color, there's absolutely ways to be able to dress up that paneling without having to pull it off. So here's an actual example. What they did is they painted the fireplace white and the shelf white, and the paneling was painted in blue. I think it looks absolutely amazing, okay? A couple of other suggestions for you. This shed is from the same house that has the paneling painted. They painted the doors bright red, and I think it looks amazing outside. And I think if you are outside and you're spending a lot of time outdoors, it's just fun to look at. Also, dress up your entryway, right? It does not have to be the same colors all the other walls in your living room or, heading into the rest of your house. You can do accent entryway. So some ideas for you. I just added this recently because I saw that. All right, a couple of other awesome things that I found recently. Number one, snapyourcolors.com is a service from Sherwin Williams. Okay, so if you're online and you really like an image or you like a color on the website or somebody else's house, you can actually snap a photo with the technology that Sherwin Williams has, and that technology will instantly figure out what colors are in a palette from Sherwin Williams. And I gave you an example. This is actually a master bedroom in the home that I have in Florida. And that's what I did. I snapped it and it instantly gave me the color palette, not only for my walls, but also for my furniture as well, which I thought was actually neat. The same thing from Sherwin Williams. I encourage you to play with it, that if you don't want to, or if you don't even know where to start, like if you have no idea which palette, which direction to go with for interior or exterior painting, you can take pictures of any room in your home, upload it to the visualizer that Sherwin Williams has on their website, and you can add and play colors, any color you want. And that will give you a virtual idea. And then based on that, you can write down some ideas and then actually head to the store and get your paint chips and then maybe try and doing some swatches or doing the peel and stick tiles. So I thought this was really, really easy and interesting concept. I love technology. All right. I always say it's never a bad time to paint and refresh. Now, as we're heading in finally in the good weather, we can open up the windows. This is your opportunity to try and test and play around with paint. Okay, a couple of tips and tricks on paint type to use, okay? It's important to understand what the different types are. So we go from flat, which is the least noticeable, to gloss, which is very, high sheen paint. And there is a reason why you would want to use different types of paint for different rooms in your home. So flat is non-reflective finish, completely matte. And the good thing about flat paint is that it covers imperfections on your wall, right? Because it hides, it makes it very nice and neutral, okay? The problem with flat paint is that you can't clean it. You can't do anything with it. So if you get a scuff on it, you literally have to do some touch-ups. So the good news that I found is that Behr now makes flat paint, because if you really, really like matte, this is the way to go. It's called Scuff Defense Paint. It is stain blocking and it's easy to clean technology. Okay, so for high traffic areas, if you have walls that are not even, this is absolutely the way to go. And other good thing about that paint, that it's paint and primer in one. Okay, so if you're painting from a dark color to light color, you may not have to do 2 coats because you have paint and primer in one. Okay, flat paint is also least expensive. So that's something else to consider if you're on the budget. What I usually recommend for high traffic areas, if you want to use Magic Eraser, one of my favorite cleaning products on walls, you should consider doing eggshell or satin paints. If you are painting trim or doors, recommendation is to go with semi-gloss or gloss paint, okay? So this is a handy guide for you. So just a couple of things to remember, like I told you, definitely try and start with samples first, do the technology where you can do everything virtually, start there. Make sure that you test every room because color does look different, and then go from there. Also, if you know exactly the colors you want, but you don't feel like going to the store, Behr, which is Home Depot, has an express service where they will deliver everything to your door. You can order your paint, you can order your painting supplies, and it will come in the mail. So if you want to take advantage of that, I have a website here posted. All right, let's start with actual projects. I have some easy projects for you that you can easily accomplish either in the weekend or maybe a couple of weekends. So here's your idea number 1, is to repaint and dress up your front door, okay? Very easy to do. You just have to make sure that you're using exterior paint for your door. And here's where I encourage you to experiment with bright colors. Here are some ideas for you of the front doors that are not bland. They are not white. They're not gray. They are beautiful, right? If you're not sure, again, take a picture of your front door for your exterior. So go further away and stand at the curb so you can see the whole house in the picture. Upload it to Sherwin Williams software and play around with your door and do different colors and see what it looks like. Because I often get questions, well, my exterior is my side. I have half a vinyl siding, I have brick, and my shutters are that color. So what color of the door should I make? Here's an opportunity for you to try, because you can repaint your shutters and you can definitely repaint your door and you can definitely repaint your brick. So there's a million different directions that you can go with that. On this picture, what they did is they repainted the door and they cleaned up the brick, and they also added new hardware. So easy to do, definitely doable in one weekend. Here's another before and after, right? So if you are thinking doing a simple curb appeal, this is the way to go. The scalloped storm doors are definitely out. You can buy a very nice Pella door that is one piece of glass at Home Depot. That's what I got. And in the summertime, if you like fresh air, you can swap out the glass and put in the screen. In the wintertime, you're going to have glass. And yes, it's additional security feature because it is another door that you can lock as well. So what they did here is they replaced the front door, they replaced hardware, house numbers, lighting, and they added beautiful planters. Very easy to do. And one of the planters is actually hiding an outlet. So, and they have a nice front door mat. So Inexpensive, easy to do, something that you can get done in one weekend, but look at the difference that this makes. All right, project number 2. Did you know that you can dress up your garage doors? Super, super easy. This is going to take you all of 20 minutes, right? The longest is going to be probably prepping the door and reading the instructions. These are magnetic door accents. You don't need any screws. You don't need any tools to install it. And look how cool it's going to look. You can install hinges, you can install handles, and you can even install little windows. Okay, so you can order this very easily online. I actually included the Amazon links for you, right? And because garage door is metal and it's magnetized, you can slap these on in a matter of seconds, and it looks really cool. So give it a try. And also, all these ideas that I'm sharing with you, I would love for you guys to send me pictures on what you're doing and what you have done. So please include me. I have my contact information at the end, so please send me what you're doing and what you're working on. I would love to see it. Ideas for project number 3, you need to hide your unsightly things. And what we're talking about here mostly is your trash cans. I understand it's easy for you just to kind of put them by the garage so that way you can roll them in and out because they might be heavy, but you know, they attract insects, they attract animals. It's always a good idea to put them somewhere where you can't see them, but if there is no place, here's some good ideas for you to hide them, so to speak. You can buy some lattice pieces already made, or you can make these shutters, so to speak, and you can hide your AC unit outside, and you can hide your trash cans. And if you have like water and gas meters that are big, right, depending on where you are, you can actually use your shutters. Here's another creative way, and you can paint those shutters and you can hide things. Okay, so some good ideas. With our garden hose, remember, if it's exposed to elements all the time, eventually deteriorates and it cracks. So to save you money, put them in the basket, put them in a pretty box, something that will help hide it and also make sure that it's protected and will last you longer. Number 4, I get this question all the time. Olga, I would love to update my kitchen, but I do not have the budget to replace the cabinets. And you know that replacing the whole kitchen is going to run into thousands of dollars, and I get it. So paint is to the rescue here again, all right? Here's my rule of thumb. If you have small kitchen space, you definitely need to go lighter color. If you have big space and you have the ability to play with colors, you can go darker. And by darker, I mean almost black. The color that I like to see is espresso, right? So it's basically coffee without any milk in it. And I have some examples here for you. Just to give you an idea, the kitchen on the left went from like walnut color to white, and it helps the kitchen look brighter, right? The white reflects light, and it helps the kitchen look brighter. The picture on the right, the reason why I updated and included it here is because one of the new trends that I am seeing is actually cabinets 2 different colors, right? So everything that you have hanging on the wall and against the wall is going to be white or something bright, right? Or maybe light gray and very light turquoise. Some of the pastels are actually in now. And your island in the middle can be something darker, completely different. So here we have white and we have like slate gray. So again, it's up to you what space you have and what colors you want to go with. If your kitchen cabinets, your white cabinets are laminate, which is really, you know, it's a shiny material that you can peel. That was another question that I had from past webinar attendees. I found Dixie Bell Paint Company, and they make paint that will stick to shiny surfaces like your Formica, right? Tile and so forth. So you can actually paint those cabinets as well, as long as your laminate is in good shape. So that's number 1 thing that you have to make sure. There are tons of paint specifically made for cabinets out there. So definitely check out Sherwin Williams and Benjamin Moore both have it. Rust-Oleum has their own line as well. And also, chalk paint has been popular lately for kitchen cabinets. It's a completely different feel, right? It's not as smooth and it's very different feel. So get some samples and see what they feel like. Even you can even feel the difference on the paint chips as well and see if maybe that's something of an option for you, because that's the type kind of going for that feel and for that look. Here's another picture for you for your kitchen cabinets. We went from your basic oak, right, that we see in 80s and 90s to white. And what they also did here is I think they painted the walls and they added the hardware, right? This is to dress up and make sure that your cabinets are protected. So I think it looks great because it makes the room look larger and it's definitely lighter. Heading into the next project, we just mentioned to you the hardware. Absolutely one of the easiest ways to dress up not only your kitchen, but also your vanities, right, in your bathrooms. You can buy a lot of the hardware in bulk, right? They're called contractors packs. You can get them at Home Depot. You can get them at Lowe's. You can get them on a budget, or you can go all out if you want some fancy things, because maybe that is the only thing that you want to update in your kitchen. Also, think of your updating of your hardware or adding it is not only just to dress up your kitchen, but also to protect your cabinets. Because if you think about it, if you're constantly opening drawers and you're constantly pulling on your cabinetry, you are scratching it with your nails. If your hands are dirty because you're in the middle of cooking, your cabinets are going to wear. So having hardware installed in your on your cabinets is also another great way from protecting your wood in your cabinetry and making sure that it lasts longer. Some ideas and suggestions is modern style, no gold. You know, you can do pewter color, right, which is like dark bronze if you want some truly like accent, completely different color. But traditionally, it's more on silver and muted colors is what's in style right now. Project number 6. Did you guys know that you can actually update your appliances without replacing them? Absolutely. One of the worst things that you can have in your home, and I see it pretty often, is that you have your kitchen, let's say your refrigerator is black and your dishwasher stainless steel, and then your oven is something else, right? You have all different colors. Well, the good news is that you don't have to replace your appliances to match them all. I found this self-adhesive liner that looks like stainless steel, okay? Here's some examples for you. You can actually update your dishwasher. The top panel was painted black. The bottom became stainless steel. I've seen this done to refrigerators, and here's your example of before and after of an updated oven. I think this is amazing. I think this is a great way on the budget to truly update your kitchen if you definitely want the stainless steel look, right? Not everybody likes this idea. Actually, everything in my kitchen is still white because that's my preference, and then my kitchen is small, and the white helps me make my kitchen larger. So here's a link for you on Amazon. Before you place an order, make sure that you measure and know exactly how much of this liner you're going to need, and you definitely need to order a little bit of extra just in case. Number 7, if you love and you have great style light fixtures, you don't have to replace them. You can just paint them. For this project, I absolutely love a Rust-Oleum brand. It is very versatile, it's very inexpensive, and you can grab it right at your Home Depot and Lowe's. And for this project, you can go metallic if you want, and you don't have to. And it does need to be paint and primer in one to make sure that you're just doing it, you know, once or twice, because it may take for smoother finish. You need to follow the instructions, but it has to be with the primer in it. But if you have some nice pieces that just have been weathered from elements, or you like them, here's some ideas for you. For lighting, for vanity lights, for exterior lights, you can just paint them and they will look brand new. You can pick this up either at Home Depot or Lowe's, or you can order them on Amazon. I included a link for you as well. Project number 8. Yes, you can paint your kitchen countertops. You don't have to replace them. This is a great budget saver. Instead of spending $5,000 on new granite countertops, you can try this Gianni countertop paint kit, and it's only $80 on Amazon. The kit comes with everything that you need, and what I liked about it is versatile because it comes through different colors. If you want to go lighter or if you want to go darker, they have, I believe, 5 colors available. And this is definitely something that you can do in the weekend. Just make sure you follow the instructions. But I thought this was a great idea. And it does look like granite. So here's some photos for you as well. Project number 9. So if you are not able to paint your light fixtures, if they are truly dated, you need to replace them. Here's a couple of suggestions and what's in style. Okay, what we're looking at right now is modern pieces, modern design. The colors are oil bronze, or like brushed nickel. Nothing, nothing truly sparkly or shiny gold. Okay. The dining room piece that you see in the middle photo is Home Depot. The other 3 examples of the lighting fixtures are from Wayfair. Wayfair is one of my favorite companies to shop online because they have a million of different options. And a lot of the times that they have, let's say they have one lighting fixture, but they have it in different colors, which is great. And often they offer you 2 to 3 day free shipping. So you don't have to worry about paying for shipping as well. The light fixture, the top left, the chandelier, I actually have that in brushed nickel in my Florida home. And I have 2 of them. One is above my dining room table. The other one is above my kitchen breakfast area. And they match and they look great together. So besides Wayfair, you can definitely check out Overstock. And of course, Home Depot and Lowe's, if you prefer to actually go in and physically look at things, right? Some people are not comfortable shopping online, and it's totally okay. I know that both Home Depot and Lowe's have greatly expanded their lighting sections to help you be able to choose more where you can actually look at things. If you have recessed lights and you're looking for pendants, because pendants are very much in right now in open concept kitchens, here's a great way for you to actually transform without having to do major renovation. You can actually buy recessed light converters right on Amazon. You just need to buy your pendants and off you go. Definitely very much easy weekend project here. Project number 10. If you have some truly retro tile in your home and it's not in good shape and it's not in your budget to completely tear out the tile and replace it with something else, painting the tile may be a good idea for you. I do want to caution you that you have to really think about doing this because your tile has to be in good shape, number 1. And 2, this is a very smelly, heavy duty epoxy, right? It's an epoxy type of paint covering. So if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, because this is a big project, you definitely can hire a professional. However, Rust-Oleum makes a great product. If you have some pastel colors or black, or, pinks and so forth, this is a great way on the budget to be able to paint. You can do it with the tub, you can do it with the walls, and even with sinks. I've seen that done. You can pick up this item at Home Depot or Lowe's or order it on Amazon online. And here's some examples for you. The one thing that to keep in mind is that the epoxy paint, right, if you scratch it, it's going to eventually come off. So you can't use any abrasive products on it. So no Ajax. It has to be liquid cleaners only. So make sure that you would follow directions. If you decide to get this done, you follow directions for cleaning very, very closely. Otherwise, it will come off. Project number 11. I thought that I would give you some ideas on how to make your space more visual without actually doing a lot, right? We're not talking about painting here. What we're talking about is just making some small changes to how you have your hardware, your curtains hang, actually. There's actually a science to it. So here's a rule of thumb. What we don't want to do, and we all do it, I want you to actually look in your home and see what you currently have, is we tend to frame all of our windows, right? We hang our hardware right above it, and then we frame the window. And what that does, it actually makes that wall and the whole room look much smaller. That's how our eyes are actually perceiving the space. So the goal is, and all interior designers know it, all new construction companies know it when they stage their homes. The goal is to make that window look as large as possible. And what we do is, there's your rule of thumb. 13 inches on the sides, and as high as possible you can go above the window, at least 10 inches. Okay, and this is an example of actual rooms in houses that I have been to, where if you can take it to the ceiling, go for it. If you can't, go as high as possible. Have someone hang it for you or hold it for you while you look at your room all the way at the front to see how it looks. And I promise you, once you do those little things, it will make the room look much larger. All right, let's talk about barn doors. Have you seen those? They have been popular for quite some time, and they still absolutely are. The good thing is that I have seen people be very, very creative about what they use for the door. Okay, I've seen people using pallets. I've seen people using flooring. You just create a frame, and you just need a hardware really to do this. So here's some suggestions for you. You can use them for just about any room in your home. They're great if you have no ability to swing things out, right? For a regular door, or even for bifolding space. If you can do this way and you need to have a door, barn doors are great. And here's an example for you again. The barn doors all the way to the left, to the right at the bottom were painted nice blue color for accent, right? And it looks amazing. So also, some people have started using barn doors instead of French doors, right? Instead of having them swung out, you can have barn doors, and it makes just as dramatic effect on your room as the French doors. So some options for you. Project number 13, let's talk a little bit about wall decor. It's important. If you're just looking to dress up a part of your room or a certain room in your home, wall decor makes a huge difference. So that way you don't have to think about hard on how to do it. I pulled this gallery ideas from Pinterest, okay? I go to Pinterest quite often to get some ideas and inspirations for me, or if clients are looking for some ideas, this is where I find a lot of them. You don't have to use all the same sizes of prints. They can be different. So here's some ideas for you. You just need to kind of get an idea and plan around what you want to do. Inexpensive way of doing this is if you don't have it in your budget to buy the prints, because they can be pricey. What I have found is actually buying coffee books at like Barnes & Noble or buying them online. Coffee books often have thick paper, they have beautiful photography, and you can get it on just about any subject you want. You like architecture, you can do wonders of the world, you can do nature, towns, whatever else I'm sure is available. If you buy the book, you can just take the pages out and then figure out what your collage is going to look like. If you want some ideas, you can actually buy a collage. There's tons of options on Amazon. This is a 7-piece that I found very inexpensively, $35. And you don't even have to think about how to arrange it. They already give you the idea. And it comes in different finishes. You want black, you can do industrial silver, you can do wood. You have tons of options. So I just wanted to include that for you. I personally prefer and love black and white. I use it a lot in my staging for when we get the homes ready to sell, because black and white pretty much goes with any color in just about any room. So just something fun for you to consider. All right, project number 14, some other things and other ideas for your wall decor. Number one, if you always wanted to have something like a brick wall inside your home because it looks cool, you don't actually need to bring the bricks in the home. I found this peel and stick wallpaper on Amazon. You can put it just about anywhere, and voila, after a few hours, you can have an accent wall that looks like brick. They have different colors, okay? You can use it as backsplash in any other rooms as well. I thought this was amazing, and it's very inexpensive. Also, shiplap. If you've seen this in magazines, I've seen this on walls quite often. I'm seeing regular white or like distressed colors like this in hallways. I've seen this in the bathrooms, and I've seen this in the kitchens. Here's an opportunity for you. Instead of spending the time and putting the shiplap on the wall, I actually found another self-adhesive that you can use for that purpose. Again, accent walls, you can do backsplash in any rooms of your home. You can do it vertically like here, or you can do it horizontally. So here's a link for you as well on Amazon that you can buy. Decorative window film for privacy. While I was doing some research for this workshop, I actually came across this, and a friend of mine gave me a good example as well. he actually got a colored film like this for his son's bedroom. So that way, when the sun shines through, you get colors of the rainbow. And I thought it was amazing because his son absolutely loves it, right? It brings him joy. And I thought it was an awesome idea, right? So don't use boring window film. Where do we use it usually, right? We use it in bathrooms or even by the front doors where, you know, we want some privacy and security. Here's a window film that I found for you on Amazon. Has beautiful options. You want flowers, you want, you know, little squares, little bubbles, circles, it's there. So, you know, dress it up, make it fun. Here's some other interesting things for you that I also found. Easy ways to decorate, easy ways to hide your cords, right? So Monstera leaves are very much in for decor, very easy to do. You can use just about any container that you like. You can do hurricane glasses for candles. You can buy them online. You can buy them at Joann's as well. They come in round or they look like banana leaves, nice and elongated. Whichever way you go, they're gonna look amazing, easy to do. You just have to dust them off periodically, right? Cord cover raceway kit you can buy on Amazon. Just make sure you measure and see how much of a length that you're going to need. This is a great way for you to actually organize and tuck in and wrap all of your TV and your electronics cords, right? If you are not using a table under your TV, if your TV is just hanging on the wall, this is a nice way to kind of organize and hide all of your cables. The good news about this set is it's also actually paintable as well. So it doesn't have to be white. As you can see it here, you can just paint it along with the color of your wall, and you can hide it just about completely. The last suggestion I have for you is a shelf that you can hang just about anywhere in your home. I love seeing this shelf in the entryway, so you can hang your dog leashes, your keys, your mail to go out. It's a great way to organize your entryway. You can hang it in the bathrooms and you can hang them in the kitchens. Very versatile. I think they're only 20 bucks. So you can even get a couple of them and just do pretty organization and pretty accents anywhere in your home. And you can pick it up on Amazon as well. Number 16, let's talk a little bit about your bathrooms, okay? Some small things that you can do. Number one, if you are still using clips to hold your mirrors, here's another way you can do that. Number one, you can actually glue your mirror to the wall. This is what I have. I always wanted to have floating mirrors just sitting on my wall. Liquid Nails is the brand that looks like a tube of caulk, actually makes mirror glue. And that's what my husband did when we moved into our home back in 2005. I have 2 mirrors in my Jack and Jill bathroom, and believe it or not, they're still hanging. There's still no issues, and they look great. Okay, so that's what I wanted. I wanted to have just floating mirrors. If you would like to have more pop and more dramatic effect, you can frame your mirrors. Very easy to do with wood, a little bit of cutting, and you can match it to the vanity color that you have. So here's your before and after here, okay? Also, as you can see on this vanity example, they did update hardware. If you really want to go for dramatic effect, you can update your vanity handles, your actual spigot, as well as your lighting, and it's going to dramatically make a difference on what your bathroom looks like. All right, a couple of storage options. If you have small space to work with, you can definitely use this handy bathroom organizer tool. It actually hangs on your vanity door. So if there's some things that you just use all the time and you want to have access to all the time, and it's not going to just kind of, sit in the bottom of your vanity to collect dust, this is a great way of organizing things. And I've got 2 pictures on the right. I encourage you to use floating shelves. You can buy them anywhere to create more space to put things that you need in your bathroom right above your toilet. You can put lotions, if it's in a guest bathroom, some of the guest towels, and then you can hang a beautiful picture and dress up your bathroom that way. Also, use the backs of your doors to hang your towels. So just be careful when you are installing it and using the hardware. A lot of the doors that are made right now are actually hollow inside. So make sure that you follow instructions and follow directions on how to securely install those towel racks to make sure that they're not going to fall. But when I saw that idea, I thought it was brilliant because it actually dresses up. And if you don't have the wall space to hang those towels and you don't want to use hooks, this is a great idea, maybe for your guest bathroom to use. All right, number 17, let's head into your garage. I see it all the time where homeowners are not utilizing their wall space as well as their ceiling space. You absolutely can do that, right? So the goal is to have as much room as possible on your floor so you can actually park your cars in your garage, right? They are the second biggest investment that you have after your home purchase. So you can purchase heavy duty shelves that you can hang right on your ceiling, and you can store your totes, clear totes, with your, holiday decorations, with your things that you use when you're camping and you're traveling that maybe you only pull out once or twice a year. And then at the bottom of those shelves, you can hang hooks, like the picture in the middle, and you can utilize that for hanging up your bikes, your strollers, your trailers, your landscaping stuff, anything and everything. So that way it's off the floor, right? That means it's also protected and it's not going to get dust. And again, you have options and you actually have your floor space available. This organizer rack is what I have. I actually have it in my shed and I love it because you have all your gardening tools off the floor and you can see everything exactly. And you can hang everything on the hooks, and then they also have these clips where you just put it in between the two balls, and you can hang your shovels, you can hang your rakes as well. And this can be purchased on Amazon if you don't feel like heading to Home Depot for this. All right, Rust-Oleum, I mentioned this to you. I encourage you to check them out in Home Depot or Lowe's. They have the countertopping system as well. It's a little bit more expensive than the Gianni brand that I recommended. They also have the tile transformations. That is the paint for your bathroom and your kitchen tiles. Cabinet paint as well. They have paint that is magnetic, chalkboard, dry erase, glow in the dark, metallic, you name it, they have it. So, but what I like about this brand is that they have amazing ideas, but it's also budget friendly. It's not expensive. All right, where to buy and for some ideas. Of course, Home Depot and Lowe's are your go-tos. Also Floor and Decor. There's two stores that are around us. One is in Langhorne in Bucks County, and the other one is in Morristown, which is in Burlington County. And what I love about this store is that they have tons of supplies, tile and flooring, carpet and hardwood and laminate, and everything that you see there, you can just buy right then and there, right? There's no need for you to special order or not being able to just pick it up the same day that you visit. And what I also like is that you can grab a piece of flooring, you can head over to your tile, you can put the two together, and you can see how they look to make sure that it's going to match the idea in your head for your space that you're working on. Wayfair.com, I already mentioned it, amazing website. Lamps Plus Open Box, I found some really good pricing there on lamps that were, some of them that are higher priced overall. Overstock, Amazon, eBay, absolutely. And for ideas, millions of ideas on what you may want to do, I encourage you to visit House with double Z and Pinterest. Okay, what I like about House is that you can not just search by style of the room, you can search by, let's say you want to do fireplace, and you can just hit fireplace and it'll give you ideas what you can do around just that feature in the room that you want to work on. All right, so this is what I wanted to share with you. At this point, let's talk about comments and questions. A couple of other things that I want to share with you. We have a jam-packed month with other workshops that have to do with decluttering and getting your home ready for a move. Another one on renovations as well. And I'm constantly updating these workshops because I am finding new things that are exciting and I want to make sure that I share with you. For, again, all the videos that I always do on a weekly basis, you definitely need to check out my YouTube channel for any lifestyle ideas and also previous workshop recordings. And please share with us your before and after photos. I love seeing the projects. I love people texting me or emailing me that you were able to utilize something from this workshop that was helpful to you and you actually did it. So also, if you're not sure what to do and you want some suggestions, I am more than happy to help you. I offer absolutely free, no charge home updating consultations. I love this and I love to be able to help you do this on the budget. So this is how you can reach out to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do this, and then I can get some faces back. And questions. What did you think? Is there anything that maybe you came here to talk about that we didn't cover?